Formation flying, the art of sticking together. It's something every fighter pilot must learn as a matter of survival. When air combat first started back in World War I, it was every man for himself. And the dogfights were so chaotic, they called them furballs. By the Second World War, fighter pilots discovered it was safer to work in pairs, and they've gone into combat that way ever since.
We never go to war by ourselves. The only time you'll find yourself fighting by yourself is if your leader, your winger, blows up.
The reason is simple. At 400 miles an hour, the rearview mirrors on a fighter aren't much good. And no matter how hard a pilot swivels his head, there's a huge blind spot right on his tail. So, a lone fighter is always vulnerable. But when they fly as a pair, the lead and his wingman can watch each other's back. They call it checking your six. Because pilots describe the airspace as though they're sitting in the center of a giant clock, with 12 o'clock dead ahead and 6 o'clock directly behind. When you're hurtling down the runway with another jet this close, it's always unnerving.
Good, 309 knots.
Formation is about position. Seamus has to know where he is, where the next guy is, and where they're going. Together, you're 4 times as strong. Alone, you're a sitting duck. Impressive as it may look, flying this close isn't much good in combat. After all, you wouldn't want to shoot a heat seeker with lead a few feet off your wingtip. So today's mission is long-range formation, putting some air between the jets. But in combat, they must maintain radio silence over enemy territory. So how do you turn 4 planes this far apart without anyone saying a word? The lead jet starts a 90-degree turn to the left. When the wingman sees lead's nose pointed at him, he starts his turn. Lead then passes below and behind the wingman. The pair at the back of formation follows suit, and they're all back on the attack. Experienced pilots say even that far apart, you can spot a plane against a cloud like a bug on a bedsheet.